Hi, and welcome to the Gaming Podcast. That podcast where two best friends talk about video games, nostalgia, and every single rail that we jump off of. My name is Stuart. As always, I'm joined by El Eduardo.
It's podcast time. Oh yeah, I'm
I like
ready.
it. That was good. That was a good intro.
I know. I thought, yeah, that was a great intro. I thought I'd add a little party horn. Got to,
Well, yeah, let's just class it up a little bit.
got to. It's always a good time when you have the party horn. That's just
Oh,
my philosophy in life.
always. You have to have the party horn.
Yep. Wake up, party horn.
Party horn.
Go poop, party horn.
Party horn.
Go to work, party horn.
And then you get fired for party horn.
Yeah, because you got a party horn. But hey, it's a
Hey,
party horn.
but then you party horn because you got
Yeah.
fired.
But then and then also when you get fired, your boss that fired you, they also get a party horn. They're like, "You're
Oh
fired."
yeah.
And then you can't be mad at them. You're like, "Hey,
Oh no.
I can't be mad at you."
No, you can't be. You had a little
Yeah.
fog machine in there, maybe some backup dancers.
Oh, yeah.
It's a whole production for a
Oh, it
fire.
is. Yeah. Yeah,
It makes it a little easier to get fired at that point.
yeah, we've seen the party horn live in action at a fair that we've gone to, and, yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
like
it works.
it works. It was so
It works.
random because it's like this, really, love music, and it's, slow, and, "Hey, girl, what's good?" And then and
Oh yeah, it kept the romance going for
oh,
sure.
100%, yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah,
never a bad time for a
nothing
party
says
horn.
I love you like a party horn.
Yeah, nothing says, "I love you," like a party horn. Yep.
Heck,
Pretty sure we actually have the button to make the sound effect, but it's so much
I
funner to
do.
use your mouth, yeah.
And then I messed up and I accidentally deleted it the other day, and I haven't added it back on.
No,
So
same here.
we're gonna go with the mouth effects today.
Yeah, it works. It
High
still works.
class.
Yeah, it's classier, yeah, and it's odd, it wouldn't be
It's
odd if we
exactly.
just
We
did it
gotta
yeah,
do a little different.
a little different. We're not just gonna do a regular party horn. No, we're gonna use our mouth.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, it's good to be here, ready to do some podcasting. Yeah, we're already going off the rails. It's okay though.
It's already off of it. Well, I guess I'm gonna use my mouth to do this podcast now. So
Yep.
hey. But anyways, I think we're a video game podcast. Some days it depends.
Some days,
You
yeah.
know, yeah, it just depends on what rail we jump off of. But man, there's been a lot of video games that we've been playing, a lot that have come out, and a ton that have been announced. We've got release dates or more gameplay on. So we want to really kind of dive in and discuss all of that on this episode. It's been a few weeks since our last episode, but since then, there's been a ton of different directs and conferences and releases and all this video game news in the last month.
Mhm.
With Summer Game Fest, Xbox Showcase, Nintendo Directs, Sony State of Play, and a bunch of others. There's been some great games that have been announced, and some that we got to see a lot more on. So,
Mhm.
but first off, I kind of want to start what we always do, usually with the podcast, is kind of talk about the games that we're playing. So, I'll start with you, Ed. What have you been playing the last few weeks?
Ever since the last podcast and the podcast before that and the podcast before
You say
that,
Elden Ring, I swear.
yeah, it's gonna be. It's. I'm about almost 100 hours in. I'm still halfway through the game, but hey, we're slowly making progress. Once I mentioned, but did play a new one. I did play. Have been playing also at the same time, just to kind of get away from that. I did Cult of the Lamb, which is a really fun game. That's the
Nice.
game that you got me on. And
I love it.
if you've never played it, so much fun, little dungeon crawler, but at the same time, you're trying to build up your cult following, and so you have to go do the dungeons and to get different things um, to build up your little village of cult members, and it's a lot of fun. There's so much you can do in that game, and it's an easy game to play, and I just beat it last night. I think I put 20 hours into the game, 19, 20
Nice.
hours. And it was a lot of fun. Easy game to play after work or you're just needing just something kind of easy and fun. It was a great game. Highly
Mm,
recommend it.
absolutely. I loved Cult of the Lamb. I mean, like you said, it's such an easy game. There's so many different elements that it was like it broke it up so much that you're doing 15, 20 minutes dungeon crawling, and then you're upgrading everything for 10, 15 minutes, and you're managing your cult for another 10, 15 minutes. And then you blink and you've played for 4 hours straight.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
because
That's
there's so
exact-
much going on, there's so much little stuff that it keeps you intrigued and interested the whole time.
yeah,
Um,
and
it's so great.
yeah, it's fun. You get to clean poop, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
you can
You
clean.
gotta get that compost
Yeah, get
going.
that compost. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
clean poop to get that compost. You can bury
gotta get
dead
the compost.
bodies. You can
Oh, it's great.
murder people if they go against your beliefs, or you can show mercy. Whatever, you can be whatever kind of cult leader you want to be. It's all up to
It's
you.
great. It is so much fun because it gives you so much choice when it comes to kind of running your cult.
Hmm.
That I mean, you can do anything. If someone's talking bad about you, you could try to persuade them and bring them on your side and be the good cult leader that you are, or you could brutally murder them and then serve them to the rest of your cult
Yep.
for dinner. So it just depends on what type of person you want to be.
Yep.
But it is a world full of choices. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And the bosses aren't too hard. It's fun. The last
No,
boss was
they're fun.
actually was a little tough, but he was fun. Like it
There
was
was
just
some challenge.
yeah, definitely some challenge, but fun game. And you can I like how you can just kind of switch your weapons throughout the dungeon if you want. Um,
Yes.
and then you collect cards that give you different status effects and just boosts or whatever. Like, yeah, so much fun. If you've never played it, Cult of the Lamb, highly recommend. It was a great, just kind of something different from the never-ending Elden Ring that is now my life forever.
You're just gonna keep playing Elden
Yeah,
Ring.
and at this point now the expansion is out, and I'm still not even near being close to getting to the expansion, but it'll happen eventually. But anyways, that's what I've been doing. What have you been playing?
Oh man. Well, I mean I beat Elden Ring a long time ago, so we know that one's good.
Yeah.
Um, I did pick up the DLC, but I haven't really dug into it too much yet. Trying to get into a mind space where I really want to dive into Shadow of the Erd Tree, but I have played probably 3-4 hours of it. Beaten two bosses. I mean, it's incredible, phenomenal game. But the big ones since our last podcast, ended up picking up and beating another Crab's Treasure. That was a super fun game. Definitely challenging. Definitely more challenging than what you would think. Seeing the game and seeing, this cute little crab and everything. But the game is just full of creativity. So many little hidden Easter eggs that it's hilarious what they've done with the game. Combat is super satisfying. It's very like there's a Souls element to it, and the fact that you've got like these shells or bonfires that you save at, stuff like that. Or if you die, you lose everything and you have to go back and get it all. But it's more in combat. It can lean more towards like the Sekiro style, where it does have more of like the perfect parry, and it definitely encourages that more because they do have kind of a poise meter. So if you do a lot of perfect parries, you can knock them down and give kind of more fatal blows to your enemies or bosses. But the gameplay is so much fun, and the biggest thing for being kind of a Souls like, quote unquote, is the traversal elements are fantastic. It is so much fun running around and exploring this world. There's so much good platforming and different ways to go around the world. A lot of different cool set pieces. I really, really like this game. I'm hoping to do some more for it, maybe some DLC, and maybe a second one at some point. I'll probably end up picking it up again and playing it again because there's definitely stuff I didn't do and explore. But I think at the end, probably about 24 hours or so into the game. So a decent amount. And I
Yeah.
did a good chunk of the game.
Heck yeah, yeah. No, that game does look fun. I bought it, I purchased it. I haven't played it yet, but I did purchase it, and I'm excited to
Oh,
play it.
yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. I know you've sent
Ton
me
of fun.
pictures of the random things that you find, and it was
Oh,
hilarious. Like the goldfish that
it's
you're
great.
yeah,
So
because you're picking trash or whatever.
so it's kind of the whole like, the ocean's getting polluted and we're putting too much trash in the ocean and all this stuff, which is a good message, and it's one of those like it's a cool premise because they don't dive too much into it, but it's a huge kind of focal point of the entire like the game is kind of everything's on trash, and trash ends up being the currency of these people who have created a city. underwater. I mean, all these fish and all these other things, their currency is trash. So it's kind of a funny thing there. But they did a lot of tongue in cheek and a lot of really creative stuff. I definitely recommend playing it because I don't want to spoil any of them. Because me just exploring them and finding them in the wild was half the fun of the game. Just finding all these different jokes and all these different, spins on these different brands that we know and love, and it was absolutely hilarious. The creativity in that game had no bounds, and there was a lot of stuff that I didn't even find. Like I ended up watching some videos later after I beat the game on some Easter eggs and some hidden areas I didn't find, and there are some just funny shells and costumes and all the stuff you can find in the game. But my favorite one was one you can actually buy, and it's one you can get pretty early, so it's not too big of a spoiler. But they have a Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob outfit called Mr. Krill that you can wear, and it is fantastic. I wore it the entire game.
Heck yeah. I remember you showed me a picture of that and it was hilarious. You're literally a crab and you're basically dressed as Mr. Krabs. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, it was fantastic.
It's so crazy that someone decided, hey, let's make a game where you're a crab in the ocean and we're basically going to make it a Souls like game, but
It
lots of
works.
bright colors and it's very like not Souls like looking at all just from looking at the
No,
pictures, but it is,
it's
which is
so
great.
creative. It is just the world that they've set up and made is just awesome. Like half the fun was exploring it and finding all the cool things, finding all the stuff. Like you're going through a city, for instance, and you're like, oh man, that's a cereal box, or that's a toilet paper roll, or that's this. And the creativity that they had to make, all these cities and castles and all this stuff in this, underwater ocean world out of all this trash. It super funny. I mean, that's definitely a huge part of the game is that exploration. But on top of that, the combat, they really did nail the combat. The parrying was super satisfying. The parry timing was great. So the whole thing, you get these shells. That's kind of the thing you get throughout the game. Um, you find a bunch of them, and you can also purchase some, and they all have different abilities, like a special ability. But they also have different weight limits as well as like a small, medium, large size. So that affects how nimble and how fast you are, how much damage you can take before it breaks. And that's the other thing is they can break while you're in battle, so you got to go find a different one. Maybe it's not one that you like as much. So there's a lot of like nuances to the game that are very different versus other games you played. That made the game more challenging, but also definitely unique. And it didn't feel like, the same old Souls formula, which I love, but a lot of games will just, copy paste it.
Hmm.
Where this game just took it to a whole new creative level. So far, it's definitely one of my top games of the year. I mean, it was so much fun to play. I highly recommend it. I know it's definitely on your short list, Ed.
Yep.
Um, so definitely look forward to hearing what you think of it at the end. But I will say there were some pretty darn challenging bosses.
Oh, I
I
believe
think
it.
the longest, I mean, not crazy. Um, the thing I like about the game is versus like some of the Souls games and Sekiro's and all that, they're it's a little bit more predictable on the boss movement. I mean, they're still difficult, but
Hmm.
once you start learning it, I was able to pick it up and be a lot more accurate quicker than it was like in a Sekiro. Like I
Hmm.
think my longest boss battle was about an hour to beat a boss,
Okay.
which
Yeah,
is
that's
probably
not.
about 25, 30 attempts. But every time I did it, I was learning better and better and better
Hmm.
and trying to figure out his moves, trying to figure out what worked better, trying to figure out what parry combinations to use. And I feel like it really dives into that. Like if you dive in and really start learning it and really start kind of getting in that groove, the game gets really fun. And those bosses, even though they were challenging, they were fun to me because of that.
Hmm.
So I thought it was just for this developer's second game ever, and their first game wasn't even a Souls like. They knocked it out of the park. It was just such a fun game. Can't
This,
wait to see if they do
oh yeah.
something else in the future with hopefully this franchise or maybe something else in the vein of it because it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this just I know we say it a lot, but continue to say it. Indie studios, man,
Oh,
they've got some
killing
creative
it.
people like working in those studios. They come out with some of the best games. Like
they're just fun. It's just games that gamers want to play.
Mhm.
And I know we've talked about on the podcast before, but it's just I love the AAA and the AA games, and I love these big worlds with beautiful, gorgeous graphics and all this stuff.
Mhm.
But then, like we were talking about today, like, hey, I kind of need a break from some of that. Like, I've been playing a lot of different Souls games and a lot of different big games, and I need that little bit of a break from that to just something that feels just fun and unique.
Yep. Yep.
And Another Crab's Treasure, for me, even though it was difficult, it hit that niche perfectly for what I was looking at the time.
Oh yeah, and we've definitely talked about it too. Not maybe on the podcast, but I know outside, just hanging out, just talking. Um, when it comes to games, you said it too. Like we love the AAA, the big, like the graphics and just like all this crazy cool stuff. But in the end, like I don't need the like best graphics out there or like the world's best gameplay. I just need a fun game. Doesn't have to be like the best story, just a fun game that's just like true to gaming and what I enjoy about gaming. Like that's all I need. I don't need the craziest like story, graphics, whatever. Just if you can make a fun game that just keeps me wanting more, then that's all I really need. Like I
Yeah.
love AAA games, but sometimes I don't need that. I just want
No.
a fun game, just something that I can just play and just have fun. That's really all I need. Just a fun game.
Yeah.
Doesn't need
And,
all the
and
stuff.
I fully agree. And it's funny that we're saying that. Like, video games are supposed to be fun, right? Like, there's
Mhm.
a whole point of video games, but there's a point where it's like, it almost, some of the developers, some of these studios just lose kind of what makes a game really, really good. And I'm not saying all AAA games do this,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of times where it kind of just loses that, that personal touch. Like, man, you can really tell that the developers loved making this game. Like, this was a passion project for them. Where you get these indie studios, and this is what they want to make. Like, this is the game that they've poured their heart and soul into, and you can definitely feel that, and you can see that, and you can play that,
Mhm.
which I love. But on the topic of indie games, there's a couple others I've been playing too. Um, I've played 2 acts of it, but there's one that got announced, or I saw it at Summer Game Fest, and it was called Fallen Aces. I don't know if you remember seeing this one or not.
I think I remember. I know I've seen it on your I think on your wish list on
Yep.
Steam.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You probably did.
Yep.
So it's a really fun game. It's on early access now.
Oh yeah, I'm
It
looking at
came out.
pictures now. Yep, I definitely know. Yep.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So it's got this like 1920s mob gangster scene, but it's in like this comic book art style, and it's a first person shooter. And you're going around, you're a detective, and you're basically going around getting rid of bad guys, solving cases, all that fun stuff in this 1920s esque era. But it's just has so much personality to the game. It's a ton of fun. Full voice acting on it. The voice acting is hilarious from all sides. I mean, it is just fun. The gameplay is great. I mean, super fun gameplay. The big thing that like got me into it, I think a lot of other people into it, is just that great comic book art style that it
Mm.
has. That's what drew me in, but then the gameplay kept me because the gameplay is really good. And I'm on the so the it's early access now, and they released the first act, and I think there's 5 chapters. I just started the second chapter, but I played the first one, which took about 35, 40 minutes or so, and it was a ton of fun. It's one of those that you get lost into, um, but that game was a lot of fun. I can't wait to keep playing that one. And then my last one, I just actually started last night. I'm about 3, 4 hours into right now. Actually, playing right before the podcast was the RoboCop
Yep.
Rogue City game that came out last year, and that's another one that's it's got its little bit of pain points here and there, but I am having a really good time with it. It's still a
Mm.
really fun game.
Yeah, looks good. I keep on forgetting about the RoboCop game. So yeah,
Yeah,
that'll be something I just need to
yeah. I got it on sale a
probably.
couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, that haven't done like first person shooter style game in a while. My only complaint with it, and it can't be that much of a complaint because I know it's a RoboCop game, is he moves very slow,
Mm-hmm.
which is on purpose. I get it, and it's great. But if you're running around the map trying to collect stuff, and you try to run to the other end of the map, you're sitting there for a minute.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But other than that, that's my only like I guess downside to it
Mhm.
necessarily. Other than that, it's a lot of fun. If you're a fan of the movies, fan of that era, like RoboCop, it's definitely worth the pickup.
Yeah, I haven't
Um,
watched RoboCop in a long time, but
oh, it's been a long time.
I'll need to sit down and watch it again. It's been years, but
Yeah,
yeah. While you're talking, I was like, just things like as of this recording, like right now is definitely a great time also to just go onto Steam. I'm not promoting Steam or anything, but
oh, definitely.
hey, there's sales going on right now until July 11th, so check it out. If you want some great games for stupid cheap, right now is a great time to go on Steam. That's just my little plug, right quick.
Oh, it's true. I have last few weeks I've been hitting sales like crazy and been getting so many different games on Steam. Way more than I need or I'm gonna play, but I've got them.
Hey,
So whenever I'm in the mood for it, I've got the game ready to go.
yeah, it's better to have and not need, and then or and need and not have. Did I say that right? Yeah, something like that.
Sure,
Yeah,
we know
sure.
what you meant.
Yeah, we know what I meant. But yeah,
Yeah,
why not? If you want just fun video games and you don't want to pay full price, do it.
there's
Just
so many great games.
yeah, like just give yourself like $20 and you can still get yourself a crap ton of game for 20
Oh
bucks
my
if you want.
gosh,
Like, yeah, you can.
there's so many great games for under $5 right now
Mhm.
on there that are hours and hours, hundreds of hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I picked up all the was it the Dragon Age? Yeah, Dragon Age games
oh yeah, for like
on
nothing.
sale for under $10 for all 3.
Mhm.
Paid
Right.
$3 each. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hundreds of hours of gameplay. And I know they're, 12, 15 years old, but they're still amazing games.
I'm on the
Uh,
site right now. Red Dead Redemption 2 is 1979
oh,
instead of the
that's an easy one.
$60. Yeah. Cyberpunk is 30 bucks.
I know Elden Ring is like 42 right now.
Yeah.
That's another phenomenal game for hundreds of hours a game.
Mhm. Sekiro is 30 bucks. Uh yeah, there's a lot of great like bigger games are pretty cheap, but also like just small indie games also are ridiculously cheap right now. So yeah,
It's a
go
ton.
go hit up Steam until July 11th is when it ends. But Steam's also always having sales, so
They are.
yeah, there's
But this
always
is just their
something.
big one, their big
Yeah.
summer sale.
Yep.
But if there's a game you've been looking for or looking at, you're probably gonna find it, on sale during the
Yep.
sale right now,
I
so
might or might have not also just go through your wish list and kind of see what you have, and then
oh, yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So I have 27 games on my wish list right now.
Hey, there you go.
So
Man, during all the summer game fest and everything, if I'd see a game, that I liked that I was like, "Oh, yeah," and I would just wish list. So I wish listed a lot of games. Some I even completely forgot what the game was, but I've got it on there. So
yeah.
whenever it comes out, it will alert me, and I could be like, "Oh, what was this again? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. This did look cool."
Oh, Cookie Cutter. That's the game. That's so random. But yeah, Cookie Cutter.
Yeah,
I was trying to look for that game. Like, what is that game?
that one
And
should be on
yeah,
sale.
here it is. Cookie Cutter. I'm looking at
Yeah,
it right now. Yep.
and I need to. I was enjoying that game a lot. I was playing it actually last holiday, right when it came out. I was enjoying it a ton. Probably played about 8 hours or so into it.
Hmm.
Went to load my game back up. Save file was gone.
Oh, yeah. I would probably. I'd be.
I spent like an hour, hour and a half trying to get it back, and I tried local saves, everything, and it was gone.
Did it
Not
just
happening.
randomly disappear? So I guess some.
Yeah, it just dis like, I put it down and then picked it back up, like, an hour later, and it was gone.
Oh, that sucks. I'd be.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
haven't picked it back up since, but I'm probably going to because I was having a ton of fun with that game, but that always sours the mood on
Oh,
a video game,
100%.
unfortunately.
I've
Yeah.
definitely have gone through games. A big one is what was it back in the day? Oh, it was Wind Waker. I've got
Ooh.
towards the very end. I probably was like way like 75% of the game had been beat. Something happened, and I wasn't. I think I accidentally deleted all my save file, and so I didn't play it for years. And then finally, I think college, I was like, it's been long enough. I'm just gonna go ahead and try it again. And I finally beat the game, but it took years before I picked it up. Incredible game.
Yeah.
But it's just
That's a
whenever you
long game too. That's an
yeah,
involved game.
it's a very, like it's a huge game, especially for that time when it came out, like, that era, like, it is a massive game, like but such a great game, but yeah, it took me forever to decide to pick it up again just because of what happened, but it's okay.
It happens, unfortunately. That's one of the big gamer woes is losing your save file.
Mhm.
Doesn't
Yeah.
happen very often anymore. I haven't
Yeah.
had that happen in a long time, but
Oh, yeah, it's very
it
rare.
definitely sours your taste on the
Oh,
game.
yeah, but, we also did we were used to it also just from growing up. We talked about it in our podcast before, just being kids,
Oh
and
yeah.
before you could really save or anything, you just had to pause the game and
Yep.
hope that it didn't freeze or that your parents didn't turn off the system while they were cleaning the house or whatever it was or bump into it. It
Yep.
just freezes everything and you're, like, on the last level and you have to start completely over. We're past those days.
Thank
Um,
goodness.
yeah.
Or you wrote down the password for the level, but
Mhm.
then you lost the password.
Yep.
I've done that multiple times because it'd mainly be like a Game Boy game. I'd be in the car and be like, "Oh, Dad, Mom, I need a pen and pencil," and I write it down on like a receipt, and I forget the receipt, and then we clean the car out and throw the
Yep.
receipt away, and it's
Yep.
gone. It's
Yeah.
sad.
So, yeah, we've come a long ways now that you can save the game, and also you can not just save a game, you can save it in the cloud and,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
and play it from basically wherever you want because it's in the cloud, it's everywhere now. Yeah.
Oh, it's great. I've gone from PC gaming to like my ROG Ally and then back and forth before, and it
Mhm.
works so well. Having the cloud gaming is just fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And now that I have my Steam Deck, I can
Oh yeah, yeah.
oh,
Congrats.
yep, I and
That big move.
it literally oh, yeah, big move, it's really funny how it happened. I was, eating brunch, it's me and my wife, we were out eating brunch, and, you texted me asking if you should get something, I think, and I was like, "Yes, do it as your financial advisor. You
Yeah,
should
yeah.
for sure
Or
do it."
worst financial advisor
Yeah,
ever, but
and then you're like, "You're always telling me to buy stuff, you need to buy something," and then you mentioned the Steam Deck, and I was like, "I need to get the Steam Deck." You're like, "I don't know why I haven't got it yet."
yep,
Like, you need just do it as your financial advisor, you should get it, and then within 5 minutes after you telling me that, I purchased the Steam Deck.
yep, and best purchase you've ever made.
Oh, yeah, I basically play it every day. I need to charge it, I think it's almost dead, it's on the couch behind me, I need to charge it, but yeah, it's it's so much fun, it's a
It
great
is.
way to, like,
It
play.
reinvigorates a lot of, like, getting through your backlog too and enjoying
Mhm,
games. Because there's sometimes you just don't want to have the TV on and playing the game or you
mhm,
can't. Maybe you're away, maybe someone, you're watching something on TV, whatever. Now you can play, like, amazing games, AAA
yep,
games, indie games, brand new games that just came out on a handheld.
yep,
That's phenomenal, and yeah, I know I've talked about it before too, but it changes it, and I know that I mean, you be Cult of the Lamb on it.
mhm.
You've got a bunch of others, so it's such a great way to enjoy and reinvigorate
Oh, yeah.
playing games, and more
Oh, yeah,
important.
and it's even just addicting going through your wish list and just adding games to the wish list, that gets really
Oh,
addicting
yeah.
too. It's like, I'm just gonna spend, like, 5, 10 minutes just seeing what new games I might wanna put on my wish list, and then before you know it, an hour's gone by, and you've added, like, 50 games to your wish
Oh,
list.
scrolling through the Steam store is another game to me.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it can get pretty dangerous,
Oh, yeah.
especially during a sale. I'll
Right
be
now.
like, "Yeah, that one? Oh, $3? Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Oh, a
fine, yeah.
dollar 99. Yeah,
Yep,
I'll do it.
35? Okay, cool." And then you look at your cart and it's like $200. You're like, "Oh, what did
But
I do?"
yeah, but you've got, like, thousands of games,
Oh, I know.
so
So many games, and their sales are phenomenal, and, I mean, the Steam platform is just amazing, so it's such a great way, and with the Steam Deck, ROG Ally, Lenovo, Legion Go, all those guys, like, it's such a great way to be able to play these games now
oh,
and
yeah.
enjoy it, but,
Yeah, because there's
um,
so many new games coming out, which is
tons.
a nice transition into our main thing, which
Oh,
obviously
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, which we know, if you're a gamer and, you've know kinda know what's going on, a lot of new games were announced, Summer Game Fest 2024 just literally happened not too long ago. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that got announced, and so, yeah, I thought, like, this is a good transition into it.
it's a great transition because a lot of them you could probably play on Steam Deck.
Oh,
So
100%. I know some of my
there
wish
you go.
list is, some of the a couple of the games that were announced. 1 or 2,
Oh
maybe.
yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, I definitely did a lot. I mean, the amount of indie games that got announced, I mean, it's just great. But definitely want to start with Summer Game Fest, which was kind of the big show.
Mhm.
I know there wasn't anything crazy
Yeah, but
or anything that like blew anyone's mind, but we did get a lot more closer looks at
mhm.
games that we're already excited for.
Yep.
So I did enjoy that aspect of it.
Mhm.
Um, I want to start with one I know we're excited for, but I don't know how to feel about it yet, just because of some of the negative news on it. It was just Star Wars Outlaws.
Mhm.
Now, I was super stoked for this game when it was announced last year,
Yeah.
and I'm still am. Like, it looks awesome. It looks like a ton of fun. Um, kind of having this. I mean, it's the first open world Star Wars game we've ever had. I mean, it's basically like a Star Wars GTA in a way. So it looks amazing. The issue I have with it is Ubisoft being Ubisoft,
Yeah.
and they're charging $130 for their high end digital edition, which gets you what 48-hour early access to the game, and then gives you a exclusive mission set which features Jabba the Hutt, which is the only way that you can play that mission is to buy the more expensive version of the game,
Yeah.
which I just don't like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even DLC, it's
Yeah,
just locking out.
it almost seems it just seems feels like a money grab, like a
It
big
is.
money
It
grab,
is.
as it is.
And it sucks because it's like I probably will still play the game.
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
probably still gonna get it because it looks awesome. I love Star Wars. The game looks amazing. It's just it just sours it. It's like, man,
Mhm.
games are supposed to be fun. Like, I get you got to make money. I
Yeah.
completely get that. It's
Yeah,
a business.
100%. It's a business. In the end,
Making
it's a
games is
business, it's a business.
expensive,
Yeah, it is, for sure.
but there's a point. There's a point. Like, I don't like the nickel and diming, and it's the way with any business. But I move on. The gameplay looked amazing. It definitely reinvigorated it because I was a little off of it because of all that. The gameplay looked great. The whole system they have where you can travel, um, getting different quests, getting different missions. The gameplay, like the actual like fighting and everything, looked great.
Mhm.
It's kind of got that duck and cover gear style gameplay,
Yep.
Uncharted style, something like that. But it looked like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, no,
So it's definitely going to be a pickup for me. That's definitely on my definitely want to play
oh,
list.
100%, like, it looks awesome. I remember when it was first announced and then they showed I was like, "Holy crap, this looks awesome." The fact that we
Yeah.
have this it's gonna be a massive open world Star Wars game like that already when you're like, "Yeah, it's open world Star Wars," I'm like, "Yeah, you got me. I'm sold."
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what I'm
in.
gonna say. Yeah, and it
I'm
looks
in.
gorgeous, like, awesome
It
graphics.
does.
Looks like it's gonna be a fun story, traveling to, familiar worlds, new worlds, there's gonna just I think if it's just one of those, if you love Star Wars, this will probably be one of those games you're gonna wanna get. Like,
Definitely.
yeah, no, it looks awesome. I'm very excited for this game. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But yeah, no, that does suck the whole money, that 130
Yeah, it
bucks
just
just to get
it
some
sours me on it
yeah, but you know, it is
because I
I'll
know everyone on
yeah.
the game worked hard on it, and I
Oh, for
know that,
sure.
like, it just like, I'm gonna play the game, but it's just stop doing that, like, people are gonna buy the game, like, you make a freaking awesome game, people are gonna buy it.
Mhm.
Just make an awesome game, like,
Yep.
and I'm cool with DLC and everything, like, legitimate DLC.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that, but just
Yeah.
make an awesome game,
Yep.
but there's definitely an excitement one for me. Um, I know one that like I heard rumors of. I don't know how I feel about it. We'll see what you feel about it, which is Lego Horizon Adventures.
Oh, yeah, I was I was actually on my well, I was just staring at it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, so there were rumors about it a few weeks beforehand, and it officially got announced. It is coming to Switch as well,
Mhm.
Switch, Steam, and PlayStation. So that's kind of cool. It looks fun. Like the Horizon games are good. I played the first one. I haven't played the second one. It looks I mean, it just looks like a fun Lego game, and Lego
Yeah.
games are incredibly fun.
Oh, yes. I've played I love the Star Wars Lego games are
Oh,
probably
they're
the
so
that
much
I've played
fun.
the most. They're great.
Oh, yeah.
Like
So I don't this might be one I pick up later, maybe during a sale or something,
mhm.
but it does look a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
It
does, like
does have a ton of, personality to it, and
mhm.
really kinda blends that edge between kind of the worlds of Horizon
Mhm.
which is definitely more of a serious, edgier game, and like the fun and silliness of Lego.
Oh yeah.
I think they blended that really, really well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun game. I don't think it's gonna be like the world's best game, but I think it'll be a fun game. Like, there's not really, I think, a bad Lego game. They've all been fun. They're just easy games
They're
to get
just
into. It's easy,
easy games.
just like, oh, you want to play co-op with a friend, like like Star Wars or whatever, you can. Um, it's just a fun game. It's lighthearted and it's very Lego.
I'm hoping because it's kind of more like this that it gets more people into the Horizon games.
Hmm.
'Cause I know there's a huge market that has never heard or played of
Yeah,
Horizon
it's a
'cause
great
it
game.
is locked on PlayStation.
Yep.
And hopefully being on multi-platform that it gets people over to the
Mhm.
PlayStation and, to play these Horizon games
Oh
because they
yeah.
are phenomenal games.
Oh
So
yeah. Like I personally
it
haven't.
could be a good gateway to that.
Oh yeah, like personally, I haven't played them. It's been on my list since it came out to play it. I've watched my wife play the game. She's beat the first one.
Mhm.
I can't remember if she's beat the second one. If not, she's really getting close. I think maybe. But yeah, no, super cool. Like the Horizon games, like it's awesome, especially on the PS5 with the remote and just like all the different features that the remote has makes the game even that much better. But yeah, I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be just a easy
Yeah,
just pick. But I'll probably kind of do like you'll probably wait until it goes on sale
it's
before
not a
picking
must
up.
get for
Yeah.
me, but I definitely do wanna play it.
Yep.
Now, one that is a must get for me, and I think it's on your list too,
Hmm.
and it's one we've talked about in this podcast quite a few times over the
Yep.
last year.
Yep.
Black Myth Wukong.
I had a feeling that was going to be it. That
You knew it.
That
That
collector's
gameplay looked oh,
edition looks sexy with a capital S. Like,
oh my gosh, it does.
it's
I can't
expensive,
justify
but,
$400 for it.
like,
Oh, that yeah,
if you haven't seen it, go look at
gorgeous.
it. Maybe we'll post a picture or something on our post of the Wulong because it is super cool. Like, I saw it and I was like, "Holy crap, I need that." It's
It's a beautiful
$400,
statue.
but I really
Oh,
want it.
I saw that statue and I was like, "I gotta get it," and then I went on the website and looked at it and I was like, $400. Whoa. Like,
Yep.
I mean, it's gorgeous, like, don't get me wrong, it is an amazing statue, you get a ton of extra stuff with it. It's an amazing collector's edition. It's just
Oh, yeah.
400 is quite steep,
Yeah.
especially in the collector's edition realm, but the game itself, like, they showed a lot more gameplay. Man, it looks good.
It does. It
It
looks
looks so
incredible.
good.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot wait, like, the gameplay just looks so smooth, so satisfying to play.
Mhm.
The graphics, every time I see gameplay trailer, get better and better. Just the overall just vibe of the game just looks amazing, and I'm hoping it's equally as good, if not better, once we get in our hands in August.
Mhm.
But yeah, that one's been on our list, and every time I see new gameplay of it, new whatever
Yeah.
teasers, I get more and more excited for
Oh,
this
yeah.
game.
Well,
So
it will definitely be out soon. So
yeah, it's let's
August
see, August 20th.
20th. So yeah, it'll be August before we know it. We're already in July. Yeah, today's the first
Yeah,
of July. So yeah. So what
we're getting really, really close.
a little over a month and a half or something like that.
Yeah, a little over.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be here before we know it. Yeah, I'm looking at the collector's edition right now and just wishing I had it.
Oh,
Like
it's
there's so
beautiful.
much detail in that statue, and there's a lot. It is $400. You definitely are getting a lot of stuff though too, which is cool. Like you've
You
got
are.
statue, you've got um a I don't even some of these this font is so tiny I can't read what it says. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that comes with it. So
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot.
steel case, that's like if I can read that. Um yeah, it looks awesome. So if you want to spend $400, it might not be a bad investment. It might. I don't
Oh,
know.
it's
Just
beautiful.
depends on the eye. It's on all depends. Very subjective, but
Absolutely. But
as
that
a financial advisor, I say go for it. Live
yeah,
your
yeah,
life.
yeah, as their odd financial advisor,
Yeah,
buy
as
it.
Ted,
Just buy it.
As Ted Lasso would say, live, live.
Live.
Great show, by the way. But anyway,
Oh, so good.
yeah. But yeah, that is a game very excited for. I think it's gonna
Definitely.
blow my mind. I hope it does.
Yeah, that it looks so good. But one that I was excited to see I'm probably gonna pick up, and I think you're probably more excited than I am about it, which is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind
Oh,
game.
yeah, definitely on my wish list.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
put it on there too
oh,
because
yeah.
that game looked awesome.
I love Power Rangers. I've always loved I think anyone who's known me knows that I love Power Rangers. I know you know I love Power Rangers. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
I'm still trying to become a Power Ranger. I'm hoping I'll be recruited one day to just be a Power Ranger, but I think I'm too old because they're all teenagers and I'm not a teenager, but whatever.
hey, you
I
can
can
you can
always
always
dream.
dream.
Yeah, I can always dream.
Always dream.
Um, Deep down, I'm a 10-year-old, 12-year-old kid, whatever. I want just want to be a Power Ranger. But yeah, it looks awesome. I remember one of my games that was very memorable to me growing up was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Genesis. Really fun 2D platformer fighting game. It was a button masher for sure to do the combos, but it was so much fun. I just always loved the show. I love the characters, just the crazy monsters and just all the wackiness of Power Rangers. Yeah, so I'm super excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
That one looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And with all the kind of the new revivals, like
Yeah.
with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and
Mhm.
the Streets of Rage and all those, where they're getting a new game after all these years.
Oh yeah.
If it's anything like those, it's going to be a good time. So
Oh yeah.
definitely want to mention that one.
Oh yeah, I think it's a smart move because the whole, like I said, retro is very in right now. So to make games that are very retro, very like 90s, late 80s, early 90s style gaming of that, I think it's a great move because people are gonna buy it like me, you. Like there's so many people that are gonna buy these retro type games just because it reminds them of being a kid and just the joy that it brought us as kids playing these style of games.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a great move. So, but yeah.
Yeah, that one looked great. I had to mention that one because I knew you were definitely excited for that one. So,
Mhm.
one that kind of popped up, it piqued my interest, but I'm not usually into this style of game. But maybe it could turn me into it. Was a Metaphor Refantasio. I think this one's made. Yeah, it's a Sega published game, but it's kind of like a. It looks a lot like a Persona game.
Mhm.
But it
Oh,
had
yeah, yeah, that
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So, but it looks great. Like the combat looks great. The art style is incredible. Like it looks pretty fun. Like once it comes out, I'll kind of eye it and see what I
yeah.
feel on it. But that one definitely piqued my interest for a game that I'm usually not
Yeah,
into.
I've played I've played Persona. I don't know which Persona. I played a I've never be I've maybe got like 6 hours into it. It's just yeah, it's I don't mind playing that solo game. It's not like my go-to, but I enjoy it. It's just yeah, it's just my wife, she loves those games. She's beat Persona 5 and so I know
Yeah.
she's definitely going to want to pick up this game. I did show it to her. She's very stoked about it. It looks cool though, like it looks fun. So I think I'm sure we'll end up picking it up. Just if I don't play it, I know my wife will definitely want to play it. But I am curious about the game. I think it'll be a fun pickup.
It looks fun. So it definitely piqued my interest for sure. Kind of one of those that I didn't think would, but um, definitely turned my head a little bit. Another one that did not expect at all. I don't know how I feel about it. Again, it might be a pickup when it goes on sale, which was Harry Potter Quidditch Champions.
Yeah, yeah. I think it'll be a
It
fun.
looks fun.
Yeah, I remember we've had a Quidditch game before. Was it on the PS2?
It was PS2 GameCube era.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that was more based off it was Harry Potter. Yeah, or well, I guess it's all Harry Potter, but yeah, the old.
I don't know where you're going with that, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either.
I don't know what you said. I don't think
Yeah,
you do either.
yeah, yeah. It's true.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah, that literally, yeah, that just happened. I don't even know what I was trying to say.
That
I
was
think
good.
it'll be, yeah, I think it'll be fun. Because I was hoping this past Harry Potter game, which I don't, I've played it, I beat it. It was a lot of fun. I was hoping they would do Quidditch, but they're not. But now there is a actual Quidditch game coming out,
Mhm.
so I think it'll be a fun game. I know
It's
one
like a
that
fun party game or something.
yeah, one game that I am interested in. It looks fun. And I know I mentioned to you too, and that's Cuff Bust. Cuff Bust is definitely intrigued me. It's made by one guy, I think. can make
Yes.
Choo Choo Charles, and you're basically these little creature things, and it's co-op, but you can't do co-op and play with friends or online with random people, and you're basically trying to escape prison. And it looks like a fun little party type game where you just literally you get together, try to escape prison. It's got lots of crazy looking characters. Looks like a lot of fun. So,
Yeah, I forgot about this one. Yeah, this one did look like a lot of fun.
mhm.
Cool art style. I love the,
Does, yeah, just weird, like, dude's probably on
characters.
drugs when he made the game, but
Oh, they definitely look like drugged out gummy bears,
yeah,
but
they definitely are drugged out, they have to
it
be.
looks fun.
It does look fun, um, so
Be a
definitely.
really cool co-op game.
Oh, yeah, that might be something we pick up, just play one day, and we can
Heck yeah.
yeah,
That'd be a fun one.
maybe future podcast episode and, later in 2025, Cuff Bust.
Hey, Cuff Bust.
Yep.
I'm trying to yeah, there's one other I don't know as much about it, so I can't really talk too much on it. But I know it's kind of like a Souls-like, which is Inotria: The Last Song.
Mhm.
Um, I've seen some things about it. It looks super cool. I think it's coming out in September. There is a playable demo that I haven't played yet, but that game does look great. Definitely hits kind of our vibe of games
Mhm.
for sure. But that one looks really fun. But definitely wanted to mention that one. But
Yeah, I know one, I'm curious to see what you think. I don't know. It could I have no idea. Like a part of me is curious on it, but I'm not sure. And that's the Blumhouse games. I don't know
okay,
what to think. Like I think there's potential for it if it's done right. I think it'd be fun, but I
I
don't
think
know.
it's cool that they're doing a publishing studio because I love that these other companies are giving indie developers a platform
Hmm.
to be able to create these games. I think there's definitely there's definitely a market for it. And I mean, they showed what 4 or 5 unique games, and the
Yeah,
one I think that's coming out soonest. I can't remember the name of the game. I'd have to look, but it's got like that PS1
yeah. That's I think what piqued
polygon
my
style.
interest was kind of that old like
Yeah.
graphics was more old like PS1.
Yep.
Um,
That
yeah,
one looked really cool. I
and
don't remember the name of the game though. Sad
I'm
part.
looking at the new Blumhouse Chrysal Theater of Idols. Grave Seasons, Sleep Awake, From Eyes Out, Fear, The Spotlight, The Simulation, and Project C. So
Let's
one of those.
see.
I just don't know which one, but I know which one you're talking about. But I am curious. Like I don't really watch scary movies. I used to love scary movies growing up, but
Fear the Spotlight.
okay, yeah, yep. So that one, but
Yep, that's the one.
Blumhouse, or not Blumhouse, but scary movies. Growing up when I was younger, I enjoyed scary movies. Now the older I've gotten, I really don't care for them anymore. But if I do watch a scary movie, it is Blumhouse. I do enjoy Blumhouse. They're not like always the scariest, but they have humor to them. I know they recently just did,
Definitely.
um
They're unique.
yeah,
They're
five
very unique.
yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's, which actually wasn't bad. It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. And then I forgot the other movie where the little girl gets like this doll thing that Megan. Yeah, Megan. That
Uh,
was actually a good one. Like they make good movies, like fun, scary movies. They're not like the scariest, but they'll still make you jump. But they
yeah.
also have like funny humor to it, which I enjoy. So if I do watch a scary movie, it is Blumhouse. So
Okay.
I am curious on the games to see
Totally.
what they're.
That's kinda where I'm at, like, I don't like scary movies or horror at all. I do not like the genre for movies, but I do like suspenseful video games.
Hmm.
And I'd say horror, but I'd say they're more suspense for a lot of the video games out there, like a Dead Space, a BioShock, something like that. So,
Hmm.
it definitely has a place, and I think it could do really well, especially if they're, helping publish and almost curating
Yep.
what they're gonna release. I think they have a really good shot, and with I think it's 5 games that they came on stage with.
Hmm.
They definitely have a good start. So uh, I have good expectations and good hopes for what they'll do.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'll definitely be keeping my eyes on the on Blumhouse and seeing what they do because I think there's definitely potential. Like I said, I'm curious. I have no idea what exactly will happen with this, but I think it could be if they do it right. I think it could definitely be something good for them for Blumhouse getting
100%.
into
I think so too.
the gaming video game world.
Definitely. Yeah, that one was kind of a one I didn't expect, but a lot of people are talking good about it. So I'm hoping it does well.
Hmm.
Uh, but one thing we could move on to the next one, unless you had any others for. Summer Game Fest?
Nope, I do not.
Okay. So the one that shocked us was the Xbox showcase.
Oh,
So
100%.
we have talked so much crap on Xbox on this
Yep,
podcast.
and they deserved it.
We were big Xbox fans, and then and you've heard it from everywhere else. They don't support gamers. They don't make games. Where's their exclusives? Yada yada yada. You've heard it all before. They came out swinging,
Oh, yeah.
and they're like, "We heard you, and watch this,"
Yep.
because they released some absolute bangers
Oh,
when
yeah.
it comes to the video games. Now, Xbox does own some of the biggest studios on the planet, so if they didn't, we'd be even more worried. Like, they own Bethesda, they own Blizzard, they own all these other conglomerates that are in there. They own massive studios,
Mhm.
but they came out swinging. Well, okay, Call of Duty Black Ops. Okay, cool,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
awesome, cool. Doom: The Dark Ages.
Looks
What do you think
awesome.
about that?
When I saw it, I was like, "Holy crap, that is Doom." I'm very
Oh,
excited. Doom's a fun game. Like, if you just
love it.
want gory, fun, crazy first-person shooter, like, Doom is definitely the way to go. Like, all the old Doom games are fun, the past Doom games have been great. Like, I saw that and I was like, "Holy crap."
Yeah, the
And
last
it
2 Dooms from id Software have been phenomenal.
Mhm.
So this like, oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks like just fast-paced, crazy, just what you would expect from a Doom game, like,
Yeah.
this looks like it's it. Um
With that medieval flair,
Oh, yeah, with
like,
yeah, the
what a
medieval
different thing.
yeah, like, look his armor, his freaking suit looks like it's got, like, the spikes on the
Oh,
on the pads. Yeah, it
gosh, so
looks
good.
yeah,
Got the
Doom Dark
shields,
Age,
there's, like, dragons, castles. I mean, it's like a medieval game in the Doom universe. Like, I would have never thought of that mashup in 100 years, but
yeah. No.
it so far from what it looks like, it works,
Oh, yeah,
and
I
it
think
looks
it'll
like
be fun.
so much fun.
Yeah, if you like I said, yeah, Doom, if you've never played Doom, they're fun, they're crazy. It's just pure chaos in all the right
Oh, yeah.
ways. So
Oh, it is just pure gory chaos. So much going on. They are so much fun. Like, yeah, like you were saying, if you haven't played it, go play the first one, Doom 2016. You can probably get it on the Steam sale right now.
mhm,
But get both Doom games from id Software. You will not regret it. They are absolutely some of the best first person shooters out there.
yep,
They are top tier. They are amazing games. And Dark Ages, I think it'll be just up there, if not better than all of them. I mean, they're gonna knock this one out of the park. It looks
yep.
absolutely incredible. Super stoked for that one. What do you think of? I haven't really played them. I think you've played them more than me. It looks cool. Dragon Age: The Veilguard.
Yeah, and you picked it out actually really quick because I was still trying to figure it out. I was actually in the
Oh yeah. So
yeah,
we were texting. We were watching it,
yeah.
and like the game, like first thing came up, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is Dragon Age. And it was. It just has a very different art style to it.
Yeah, it was funny because I was riding in the car, we were driving, and I told my wife, "Hey, you need to drive because I have to watch this. I need to watch the Xbox showcase." So I
So
literally
important.
I
Priorities.
yeah, priority, so I, like, made it go through the sound system in the car so it would be louder, and I was like, "I don't care if you wanna listen to the radio, this is what we're gonna listen to, is gonna be the showcase for Xbox." But no, it looks fun, like, I enjoyed the older Dragon Age games, they're a lot of fun RPG style games, so, yeah, I think we'll see what this one's gonna be like, but I think it'll be fun, like, they're
Yeah.
fun games, if you just like fun medieval games, dragons, and RPG style, create your own type create your person, do whatever basically you wanna do, then yeah, I think it'll be a fun game.
Yeah. This one looked great. The art style looked a lot different. I've
Mhm,
seen some gameplay. It looks like it's gonna be a good time. We'll see when it comes out earlier or actually later this year. So not too long of a wait there if you are a Dragon Age fan.
mhm.
Now there are some others that came out here and there. Fallout 76, Starfield. Okay. You know how we feel about those.
Yeah.
The one that was a surprise that looks awesome. I just want to see some more gameplay and everything. Was South of Midnight.
Oh yeah, South of Midnight. Yeah, that's the new Louisiana and the bayou.
Yeah, the Bayou Swamp. She's on like this mythical
Yeah,
catfish looking
catfish
thing.
thing. Yeah, I remember when
It
the we.
looks really cool.
It does. I remember when they showed like a teaser or some little quick sneak
Mhm.
peek a couple. Was it a couple years ago. I don't remember when. Um,
Yeah, I think maybe a year or so ago.
yeah, it was like a few seconds long. It didn't show much, but it looks interesting. It does look the gameplay. It looks a little choppy and
It looked we were commenting on it during the
yeah.
gameplay because we got some good gameplay on it. It looked stiff.
Yeah, it definitely the gameplay reminds me a little of kind of God of War and just kind of the fighting and just
Yeah,
but
not
just
as smooth.
not as smooth, yeah, but
Yeah.
it could be because 'cause they're still obviously working on the game,
It
so
doesn't come out till 25,
they
so, I
got
mean,
plenty of time to work out all the bugs and stuff, so
plenty of time,
yeah,
but it looks great. I mean, I liked what I saw.
yeah,
The graphics were great, the gameplay looked great, the overall different mechanics, everything looked great.
mhm,
Um, it was more kind of the movement for me. It
mhm,
just looked very stiff.
yeah,
Um, but that doesn't mean anything. Like they still got over a year to work on it, and that could be part of the gameplay. Like
yeah,
once you get your hands on the game and you start playing it, it could be something that is part of how the gameplay is.
yeah,
Um, but it did look awesome. Like besides that one caveat I had with it, the game looked fun, and I do want to see more gameplay
mhm.
when it is released out.
Yeah, there's another game like honestly, like with this one, like I said, we were blown away by Xbox. It honestly felt like I was back in college,
Yeah,
like during the time when Xbox was like all these big games were coming out for like with 360 time frame and all that. Like it kind of felt like that. Like I was back in that time era. But one game that I'm interested in is also Expedition 33. Um,
okay,
I'm
yep,
I'm curious on that game. Like I want to see more, but it looks fun. It looks cool. It's a definitely I think had RPG style elements to it, but it looks cool. I really don't know anything about it because I don't. It's a brand new game or brand new Xbox original, but it looks cool and I like the music was pretty epic too. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
curious on
yeah.
Expedition
I just don't know
33.
enough about it
I
yet.
just don't know much about it besides it looks cool
It
and
does look cool.
I want to know more about it. So
Yeah,
that's
it
the
looks like a
only
cool RPG. There's a lot of elements that you could have in it, but definitely another one where I'm excited to see more gameplay and more information in the future.
game.
Because there's a lot of those. A lot of the games they announced, besides like DLCs and stuff, aren't coming out till 25.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of time to learn a lot more about these games.
Mhm.
But one that is coming out that's a smaller game that I've been actually excited for before the press conference was Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
Mhm.
That one is great. I actually played the demo of this game, and it is a lot of fun. It's kind of like Souls like, hand to hand plus a little bit of like shooting combat and everything. It was a fun game. There's some cool stuff with it. I want to play actually the demo again to kind of get a little bit better idea of it as well. But that one looks fun, and that one's actually coming out soon. That one comes out like a couple weeks as we record this podcast, July 18th. Um, so that one's definitely on one of my wish lists as well. And
Mhm.
we got to see some decent gameplay on that one.
Yeah. Um there's that. Another one that I'm interested in because I think it reminded me of kind of Souls like is Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. That
Yes.
that one looks really cool. It watching it, I was like, this very much I get Souls, kind of the Wukong Black
Oh
Myth,
yeah.
sort of like it's kind of got in that realm. So I'm definitely interested in that game. It looks cool.
The Wulong Fallen Dynasty. Yeah, it's got all that kind of look to it. And there's so much coming out now from these developers using like Chinese lore.
Which because there's
Uh,
there's a lot of lore for
there's
sure.
tons, and they're making these amazing games off of it. So can't wait to see more. I completely forgot about Wuchang Fallen Feathers. That one does look awesome.
hmm
So definitely on there. I mean, they just had so many great games. Like, I mean, we finally got a trailer for Perfect Dark.
Yep.
We've been hearing about that forever, and finally got a trailer on that. But no release date, not much gameplay, but it looks amazing. It probably will be amazing, but there's not much there, so we can't really talk about it too much.
Yep.
Um, I will say the trailer that was just amazing was the Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred DLC
Oh
trailer.
yeah, that thing was
That
crazy.
trailer was insanely good.
Yeah, like
So good. Like,
oh
the
yeah,
gameplay is probably gonna be awesome, but that trailer was, it was gory, it was gripping, it was edgy. Oh, it was
yeah,
such a good
yeah. The
trailer.
part where she,
Go if you haven't watched it, go on YouTube and watch the trailer
yeah,
because it's really
when
cool.
she has that vision or whatever it happened, I really don't know.
Yes.
It got I was like, holy crap, that is gore, but it's freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, I was hooked.
Yeah,
Hooked into it.
Diablo
But
they just know how to
trailer-wise,
do it.
hey, Blizzard knows how to do it there,
Yep.
and they made an amazing trailer. If the DLC is not that great, then you know what? They made an awesome trailer,
Yep.
so
Which speaking of Blizzard, I had no idea that they were still doing stuff for World of Warcraft. So
yeah, I saw the expansion, I was like, "Oh, that's still going on?
yeah.
Oh, okay, cool." Like
So yeah, so there's that. So that one looks good. Diablo 4. What? Oh, one that I'm interested in. It seems I don't know, but it I was kind of interested by it is mixtape. Because
okay, yeah, mixtape looked cool.
it looks
I
cool. I
don't
don't
know
know
if it's
if it's
my
gonna be a
vibe,
big
but
thing, but it piqued my just part kind of. We'll see.
yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be an amazing game. If I get it, I'll probably wait until it goes on sale.
yeah.
Um, obviously, Flight Simulator. That was the top
Eh,
game.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, you know what? Let's fly to the game that we wanna talk about,
yeah.
which is Fable.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know we have gushed about all the Fables on this podcast many times. We love Fable, love Fable. Finally, we've been asking for it forever. We get Fable, and we actually get gameplay, a little bit of gameplay, and a great trailer. And I cannot wait. Now it's coming out 2025, so I gotta wait a little bit more. But it looks awesome.
Yeah, and we've been waiting literally for Fable for years now.
When was 3 released? 11?
Yeah, 11. We were roommates.
10 or 11?
They were
Yeah,
roommates. Yeah, it was a long time ago because that's when you
it
got
was a long
married
time.
on. Yeah, you got married on the game, and then
I
within
did.
seconds after saying "I do," your bride got
Goblins killed
goblins
my
killed her.
wife. Yeah.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Still is hilarious. We've
It
talked
is
about it
hilarious.
multiple times, and it
Uh,
never not funny to talk about.
no, it is that, and that's just a testament to how awesome Fable is.
Hmm.
Like, the gameplay is amazing. I love the combat, but just what happens in the world, the fact that you can have a house, buy stuff, get married, have kids, whatever, and all the craziness that comes out of that is what makes Fable Fable.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm really, and it looks like they do, but I really hope they keep that and just amp it up
Mm,
and give us amazing combat, just so much like life building stuff that you can do with it.
yeah.
Make as many choices as you want. And it's got the silly humor that Fable's known for.
Hmm.
Uh, so far, I'm super impressed with it. I'm very, very excited. I think it's going to turn out really good.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it'll be a great game. Like it looks. It's Fable, and we've been waiting. They've teased us with Fable for years now, and finally, I remember you said that you were screaming whenever
Oh, I did
the trailer came out.
last year. Oh yeah, I've been wanting Fable for a long, long time, and finally
Hmm.
got it. So
Yep.
can't wait for that one. Super stoked to see that one as well. There's a couple more that were great in the Xbox showcase that at least caught our attention. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Yep.
That one looks great. I haven't seen enough of it yet
Yeah.
though. I
Same.
know it's been out, but it's like they've shown a lot of it, but I feel like they haven't shown enough of it.
Yeah. It's like we've seen a lot, but we really haven't seen
Yeah,
a lot. It's
like
just
I don't.
yeah.
I think it'll be fun. I just don't. I don't know. There's not an official release date besides 24. Um, I don't know yet. It looks like it's gonna be a good game. I just don't know if it's gonna be a day one
Mhm.
pickup for me. Um, it looks fun.
Yeah.
It looks like it'll be good. It has that Indiana Jones look to it. It's been a long time since we've had a legitimate Indiana Jones game, so I'm at least excited for that. I just I don't have enough to go on yet.
Yeah. And they're fun. I enjoy like those types of games where you're seek treasure and stuff. Uncharted, kind of. You go around crazy adventures searching for things. Like I love the So this is I guess will be first person and it's Indiana Jones, but yeah, I'm hoping it'll be good. But like you said, it's just
I'm
there's
hoping.
not a lot, but what I have seen looks cool. But it's just I want to know more, and I want to see more gameplay. I want to just know more about the game. So I'm sure we'll get more maybe because look, I guess there's not an official release date. So um,
Just 24. So the assumption is fall of
yeah,
24. So we should hopefully maybe end the summer, September timeframe, get some more gameplay and
yeah,
maybe an official release trailer
yep.
uh,
So
with a date. So hopefully, I want to see more, but I am excited for this one.
that Mecha Break that looks like the Gundam game. Looks like a Gundam.
Mecha Break looks really fun. I thought it was a
Well,
Gundam at
yeah, me
first.
too. I was like, oh, cool, it's Gundam, but it's not Gundam. But
It's not. It
it
looks fun.
it looks fun. If you like Gundam, I'm sure you'll like this game. So Mecha Break, I think I'll probably play it. Will I pay full price? I don't know, but I'll probably get it at
Yeah,
some point. Just
it might be a sale game, but
yeah,
hey, it's fine.
yeah. It looks fun.
Another one, we've seen a bunch of gameplay already. Avowed, that one looks pretty fun. That one comes out actually pretty soon, I think, some point in
Yep.
24. But kind of the big one that everyone was waiting for, and
Oh,
we were talking about the whole time, like, oh, they better release it. They better release it. So many people wanted it because it's been dormant since when did 5 come out? 2019.
yeah, 2019.
Haven't heard anything since, and we finally got a cinematic trailer for the new Gears of War E-Day, which is not 6, but
Yep.
it's a prequel to all of the other games with young Marcus and Dom.
Yep.
And even though it's not 6, I am crazy stoked for this one.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
having early Marcus, early Dom before the events of all the other Gears games, yes. Like,
Yeah.
okay, that's the move to make. Like, this is awesome.
I would be lying if I didn't say that I got a little emotional watching. I was like, "Holy crap!" Like
Oh yeah.
at
That
first when it
cinematic trailer was amazing, by
yeah,
the
at
way.
first when it started, I was like, "Wait, is this?" But because it threw me off, just because it's like taking place towards the like the beginning, like before all the games,
It
like
didn't look as Gears.
yeah, it didn't look
It
as
didn't
Gears.
look
So I
as
was like,
worn
"Wait,
down
is
and
this?" And then you see Marcus, a young Marcus, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
"Oh crap, that's."
Oh, I yelled. I
Oh, yeah,
screamed when I
and
saw that.
then
I was
yeah,
so excited.
and then, when he's, like, about to fall through the floor and go and then you see Dom, like, grab him, and it's young Dom, I was like, "Oh, crap. It's Dom. It's
Oh, yeah.
they're together again."
So it's like it and then the fact that it's a prequel
Mhm,
to that, because you see it and you're like, "Okay." If you play the Gears games, you kinda understand the story and know the story of it.
mhm,
So seeing all that, you're like, "Okay." Like, now we get to see, how the relationship was built. We get to see the backstory of everything,
mhm,
from the early days before how we know Marcus Phoenix and Dom.
yep, which
I mean, we don't have any gameplay, we don't have any release date, we don't have anything. It could be coming out in 2028 for all we know.
yep.
But the fact that it's being worked on and they release an awesome trailer is enough right now.
Oh, yeah, which, I think I'm still hoping for a Gears 6 eventually, but this will definitely hold me over, and it could be one of those,
Oh,
like, "Hey, Gears of War, and also, by the way, Gears 6."
yeah.
No.
As long as it's not Gears Judgment, we're
Yeah,
good.
we're good. I haven't even played that. I've played part of it, I haven't beat it. I've played all
It's
the
not
other
good.
Gears, but I've and on it well, not me, we have both played Gears at the same time. We
Yeah,
will co-op it and basically stay up until the wee hours of the morning playing.
so great.
Yeah, it's such a fun game. Like, it's just an incredible story, and the characters are awesome, the development of the characters, and it's just a fun game, and
Love those games.
yeah, like, it's
They are awesome co-op games.
mhm.
Every single one of them. We've co-opted all of them together.
Yep.
Great single games. The horde modes are fun.
Mhm.
If you ramp up the difficulty, they're super challenging but satisfying. I mean, it basically like reinvented or invented the cover shooter genre.
Oh,
Uh,
100%.
Gears games absolutely nailed it. I'm so excited because it's been so long since we've seen a Gears game. So I'm good. I'm excited to go back and play a game with Marcus and Dom again
Oh,
too.
yeah,
So
I'm ready,
super excited for that one. Ready for that one. It can come out now. I mean, I don't want to wait anymore. Let's get a release date.
yep,
Like, let's do this. But man, yeah, so good. There are so many awesome games that came out. I know we're running long on the podcast, but because it's awesome, we're gonna talk about the Nintendo Direct real
oh,
quick
yeah, we gotta talk about
and go over
Nintendo
some of the
Direct.
awesome games. And it'll be a longer podcast. You know what? It's fine.
It's
There's some
fine.
amazing games that came out.
Yeah, we gotta announce it, like, we gotta announce all the fun stuff, like, it was I'm really happy with the way 2024 and 2025 are shaping
I'm
up.
so happy with E3 dying and everything. I was worried that like, oh no, it's like I always look forward to this time in June because all the developers, all the games, all the new consoles and gadgets and all this stuff came out. And
Hmm.
then E3 started dying. The last couple of years have been a little slim
Yep.
in this time. This year felt like back to E3 in my opinion.
Oh,
Like
100%.
there were so many. I mean, I watched all these different press conferences from indie developers to higher level indie developers to, Xbox, Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo, everybody. And it felt like the good old days of E3. So it's like, okay, E3 is dead, but gaming's not.
Yeah,
And
gaming is alive
the
and
gaming
well, which is
showcase in the
awesome.
summer
Yep.
is not.
Yep.
And I'm super excited about that. But Nintendo, for having a console that's what, 7 years old now,
It's still
they
crazy
dropped
to think that it's 7 years old. But
I know. It's crazy, but they dropped some heat
oh,
in their
they did.
in their direct. So nothing like massive when it comes to new stuff, but there were some new things for sure.
Oh yeah.
But a
Definitely
lot
something
of
to get excited
stuff
for.
that like uh, a couple revamps and everything. So Donkey Kong Country Returns HD,
Mhm.
uh, which was the Wii version of Donkey Kong Country. That is coming to the Switch in January.
Yep.
So excited for that one. It
Mhm.
looks great. They did a great job kind of revamping and remastering it. Donkey Kong games are phenomenal on Switch, so
Oh yeah.
that's gonna be great. A Super Mario Party Jamboree.
That looks like a
Uh,
lot of fun.
it does. Like I haven't really played much of the other Super Mario parties. I don't get to play those any as much anymore.
Mhm.
But it did look like they jam packed a lot of stuff into it.
They did. I think yeah, it looks fun. I actually never played Donkey Kong Country Returns on the Wii. I think I had a friend that had it, but I never played it. I've played all
It's
the
fun.
other Donkey Kong games, but yeah, I'm sure it looks like a
It's
fun.
good because you have the Wii remote, so there was a couple gimmicky things there.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just a good solid 2D Donkey Kong game.
Oh yeah.
So
Just
it'll definitely be a good one to pick up on the Switch for
oh yeah.
sure.
I'll definitely be picking that up. There's that. Let's see it.
Mario and Luigi.
Brothership. Yeah, Brothership.
Yeah, yeah. Are you into the Mario and Luigi games? Like the
Um,
RPGs?
yeah, I enjoyed them. I played them.
Yeah.
I've not a lot, but I have played them. I enjoyed them. I think they're fun, solid games. It's only Mario and Luigi, so yeah, that'll probably be something that I end up picking up. Like Nintendo Mario has some fun, like just those style of games. They're fun. So yeah, I think it'll be a fun game.
It looks
To
great.
play. Yeah.
It's just I've played a couple of them. It's just not my cup of tea.
Hmm.
But if you're in kind of that Mario and Luigi RPG style, uh, it looks like a good time.
Hmm.
It looks like I mean they usually do a good job on those games. So
Yep.
nothing for me that stood out that make me to go out and try them again. But it looks like a good time for those people that
Yeah.
you know are into it.
Yeah.
Um,
Definitely.
but I know the one that kind of threw everyone off guard, no one expected, was The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of
Yeah.
Wisdom.
That definitely threw me off. Like I said, me being a huge Zelda fan. That one threw me off, and now people can actually because people are always like, "Why is it called Zelda if you're never Zelda?" Well, now you can actually
Now you're
say
Zelda, so
now.
shut up.
So now for all the people that are like, "Oh, you're never Zelda. You're that guy named Link. Why is it not called Legend of Link?" It's like because it's Legend of Zelda, and now you're Zelda. So yeah, you guys can all shut up. Now you are Zelda. So it look
That's
it
great.
yeah, it looks fun. It's
It
definitely a
looks fun.
very different take. Like you're the
It'll be a different
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, now you're having to save Link. Um, so yeah, I'm curious to see because they're not really like using like Link, using your sword to fight enemies. You're actually like looks like you're creating things with the magic. I can't remember what it is that she's holding. Is it wand or some whatever?
It's so if I remember right, they called it a rod.
Yeah, a rod. Yeah, you're using a rod to create things, to traverse
What did
the
they call
world and use it to fight enemies, but you're not actually like slashing your sword and stuff like Link does in the game. So, it's a very different take on Legend of Zelda, but
It's the Tri Rod.
yeah,
That's what it was.
yeah, the Tri Rod,
So creative.
very creative, but I think it'll be fun. It looks cool. It's a new Zelda game, not like a main title, but it'll big main title Zelda game. But I think it'll be fun. Uh, it's more of that, kind of like the looks like the when they remade Link's Awakening, things like that. It's kind of got
Mhm.
that style of it. So I think
That
it'll be
art
a fun
style.
game. Yeah. Um, so I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a fun Zelda game.
Yeah, that one looks great, and that one's coming out September 26th,
So
so not too far away.
too far.
So it'd be a good one on Switch. I mean, they usually knock out the Zeldas. What I'm excited for, like, and it was something I was concerned with when they went to with this generation, the kind of the handheld format went away or kind of morphed into what we have today.
Hmm.
Because you're used to having, your big AAA, your Zelda Twilight Princess, your Skyward Sword, stuff like that, and then you also have like your Phantom Hourglass and games of that caliber. So you have like two different types of Zelda games.
Yeah.
And a lot of other games have this too, the Mario and Luigi games and all this. And I was kind of concerned that we wouldn't get that because I mean, I love when they would do those mobile ones.
Oh yeah.
Uh, I thought those are fantastic. They were fresh, they were different. They were something else to play in those worlds that you really like while you're waiting for the next AAA to come out. And they're still doing those games. So I'm glad that that didn't die. On the fact of like, okay, Tears of the Kingdom just came out, which is a massive, massive game.
Mhm.
But now you also have The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom that comes out, literally a little over a year after.
Yep.
So they're still keeping that like we're gonna still do this subgenre of game,
Hmm.
um, kind of have the more mobile feel,
Yep.
which is I really like that, and I'm glad they're keeping that format
Oh yeah.
because I was afraid a lot of games, and I mean a lot of companies have done that. You're not
Yeah.
getting them from like the Sony side anymore, um, but Nintendo's still keeping that, so
Oh yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
they are.
No, I agree
But yeah, I mean,
100%.
are you gonna pick this up day one? I know you're the
Um,
Zelda guy,
oh
so
yeah, yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna pick it up day one. I
yeah,
feel like I would be going against my love of Zelda if I didn't.
I think you would.
So I'm
I
very
think you
excited
would.
for the new Legend of Link.
Oh yeah, the Legend of Link.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Legend
yeah,
of Link. Yeah,
yeah.
that's what they should call it, Legend of Link.
That's shit. They should have.
And then people
They
are
should
like,
have. But
"Wait,
we'll
you're
see.
not."
I mean, because this is the first time ever that you play as Zelda, right?
Yeah, I don't remember a game ever where you're
Yeah.
Zelda. You're always Link, and that was always the thing. Like people always like, I don't understand why it's called The Legend of Zelda because you're never Zelda. We thought Zelda was the guy, and but
Yeah, but
it's
it's
not.
about her. I mean,
Yeah,
people get too literal.
yeah, but hey, now, like I said, now they can't complain because you are finally Zelda. So
Exactly. So yeah, they'll complain about
that
something.
also the Dragon Quest games they're releasing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Um,
forgot about
I
those.
think that'll be awesome.
Those did look good. Those were ones I really didn't get into. I played Dragon Warrior on the NES for a little bit, and it's fun. But having the revamped, kind of remastered versions on the Switch,
Hmm.
I might pick those up.
Yep.
It might be something a little bit out of my normal gaming, but definitely piqued my interest. But
Oh yeah.
I know the big showstopper. I mean, we have to talk about this
Oh
one.
yeah. 100%.
This one's been teased forever.
I feel like
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
oh yeah. I feel like they've been teasing that. I don't
Wow.
even remember when. I feel like I saw
I
they
think it
teased
was
it when I was still in
18.
high school. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's just
No,
been
okay,
that
it wasn't that far ago.
probably
I
not.
think the last time was 18
Yeah,
when
probably
they
yeah.
released the cinematic like banner for
Yeah.
Metroid Prime 4.
Honest, it's just been basically it's just been forever. It feels like it's been like I was in high school and they announced, but it hasn't, but it feels like it. Yeah. Whenever I think
E3 17
yeah, so okay, so 7 years, it's still a long time. Um
with nothing, no
I think
update, nothing since June 13th of 2017
yeah,
until this direct.
yeah. So excited. I love the Metroid games, Metroid Prime
Yeah.
games. They're so much fun. But yeah, the moment when it opened up and you just see Samus's ship and then you see her come out from the top and then you the da na na na
Oh
na
yeah.
like I was like, oh
I
crap.
was hoping it was 4 because there was a little bit of me that was like, "Uh-oh, like this is gonna be another remaster announcement for like 2 or 3."
Yeah.
I
No.
was like, "Oh, no, no, no." And then they showed 4 and it's like, "Okay, cool." Like finally, finally,
Yeah.
about time.
Yeah, it's about time because they are such fun games. They are frustrating games because it's one of those that if you don't save, you are
Ooh,
going to
yeah.
have to do a lot of backtracking to get back to where you were.
A
So
lot.
yeah, that game is brutal when it comes to that. if you see a save spot, save. If not, you're gonna be
You're
very
being a rough
angry,
time.
and it's gonna be a rough time. Yeah.
Oh,
And those save
I'm
points
excited.
are far and few. They are not like
No, they're not generous in that
yeah,
game.
they're not like they're and it's not an easy game like because you got enemies just coming at you from everywhere. Um, and they're flying at you, they're crawling, they're like coming from everywhere. So if you're not careful, you will easily die. And there's also Metroid is also one of those games that does make you backtrack sometimes to do things or a lot. So it's one of those that if you don't like backtracking, it might not be really the game for you. But it's a fun game. Like it's the worlds are huge, the maps are huge, they're confusing. It's easy to get lost in the games, literally, just because you don't know where to go. But yeah, fun game.
Yeah, when they went to the whole 3D aspect versus the 2D side scroller back in the GameCube era, I mean, it just was revolutionary for that genre because
Mm.
it keeps the Metroid esqueness of like exploring new areas, getting new power ups, being able to backtrack and explore other areas you couldn't previously explore, stuff like that. So, I mean, those games were great. The remaster they did of one last year was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I I have high hopes before, and I mean, they Nintendo's awesome. They're not gonna have a game that's this beloved and mess it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be a great
Yeah,
game
Metroid like Zelda, Mario. Metroid is also one of their babies, so I feel
for
like
sure.
they put.
Take their time on it. I'm glad they did. Hopefully, it pays off. But
Yep.
happy to finally see some gameplay and see that it's still alive.
Yeah, because it's time. We've been waiting patiently for years.
Oh, and impatiently,
And
people have been very
impatiently, yeah.
very vocal about their
Oh, yeah.
opinions on it.
Oh, yeah, 100.
That's a whole different thing. Like
Yep,
if the game's not, close to at least showing some sort of demo, don't announce it. That's just me.
yep,
I mean, I'm still waiting for an Elder Scrolls 6
yep.
demo trailer, by the way, because that was announced in E3 of 2018.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting on that
Yeah,
still,
I'm
but it's
waiting
fine.
on that. Yeah, they showed it once, and then after that, you've heard nothing, and it's like, "Oh,
Now,
okay."
even Todd Howard on an interview said, "Yeah, that was way too soon."
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, no way. Like, I don't think you even had game made at that point.
Yeah, you're just like, "Let's just
You
make
just said,
this
"Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, we're gonna do it."
yeah, we're gonna do it. We're just" and they created something, but just to
It's
appease the people at that moment.
They're just like, "Hey, we don't have much, let's just make this little sizzle trailer real quick for
Yeah.
6 seconds.
Yeah, it's like
Right of Elder Scrolls 6 and throw it on there."
yeah, it's like, here's a world, Elder
Yeah,
Scrolls
barely.
6, but while you're
Because
waiting
Skyrim came out in
yeah,
2012,
and it's had 20 million remakes.
and it still will. I mean, the
Still will.
PS8 is gonna have a remake, and,
Yep.
it's gonna be on everything.
Oh, yeah. I was
I'm
actually
surprised
kinda
they haven't made a version for our watches yet.
yeah,
I
I
mean
was actually kinda sad. I was hoping they would have something Skyrim for the showcase. I was like that's the only
Yep.
reason why I was watching it was, hoping that I would, you know, get something, a new Skyrim, like,
I need a Skyrim remastered.
yeah, remaster of the remaster, yeah, like
Definitely.
but it's okay. They still have time to come up with something.
Oh, no, no, we'll get another one, don't worry.
Oh, yeah, we will. We'll
They're gonna milk that cow for a long
yeah.
time. That's made them a lot of money,
Oh,
but,
so much money.
man, there's only one other game I wanna mention,
Yeah.
and it wasn't on any of them. It was actually Sony's State of Play,
Mhm.
and there wasn't much on the State of Play that really kind of grabbed me or anything, but the biggest one was Astrobot.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen this or not.
I'll have to look. Let me Google.
So Astro was a pack-in game for the PS5. It was like a little small game. It's a little tiny like white and blue robot, and it's kind of becoming their PlayStation's mascot now over the last few
Mhm.
years. And the demo game on the PlayStation when it on the PS5 really showed off like what the PS5 could do.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
really showed off
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
features
I
of the
remember
DualSense.
Astrobot, yeah.
It went over a lot of like PlayStation classics and lore and history, and it was just a fun, charming game. Now they're coming out with a full fledged like 3D platforming full game of
Yeah.
Astrobot coming out, I think in September. Um, which people are comparing. Like I've heard people that got to play it there and said it's like a contender for like a Mario Odyssey style game.
Yeah.
So having that on a PlayStation now, it's been so long since they've had really like a mainstay mascot. And I love Astro. I think he's a great mascot.
Mhm.
But in the trailer, they showed so many different PlayStation iconic games like Parappa the Rappa and Journey and God of War and all these things. They showed like a PlayStation ship you could fly. So the amount of just PlayStation history and like fan service and nostalgia they're going to pack into this game, from what I could see, plus all the other platforming and all the other worlds, this is going to be a can't miss game, especially for the PlayStation like fan,
Yeah.
like I am. This is going to be an absolute must play. This is going to be a day one for me, regardless.
Mhm.
It looks like so much fun. If it's anything like what I've seen and from what I've heard reviewers and people who got to play the game already saying, this is going to be an absolute banger for PlayStation and something that's been well needed for a long time.
Mhm. Yeah,
But if you haven't seen the trailer, definitely watch that
I'll have to
trailer.
watch it. I have not seen the trailer. I
No, it is
recognize
awesome.
Astrobot. I remember seeing yeah, I remember Astrobot, but yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't seen the
Watch the trailer because the amount of just PlayStation history and fan service they throw into this little trailer, plus all the gameplay and everything they show, this game looks like something special for sure. And a lot of people who've been playing it are relating it to like Sony's version of Mario Odyssey, which is that's a big bar to hit.
Oh, yeah, because Mario
So if it is,
incredible.
that's massive.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But very excited for this one. If you haven't watched the trailer, definitely go do so. Even if you're not a big PlayStation person, but this looks like it's going to be an awesome game. Can't wait for
Mhm.
this one. Definitely
Yep.
a day one pickup for me as well.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to watch it.
But man, there's a lot of games. And I know there's a bunch we probably didn't hit. There's a bunch of indie games we didn't hit. There's so many. If we missed your favorite, you know what? It's your favorite also. I will probably end up playing it or talking about it at some point as well later on in the podcast. But uh, there were so many games. With all the negativity going on in the gaming world right now with all the layoffs and everything else,
Mhm.
it was great to see, especially the indie side, these developers and these games coming out and just saying, you know what, gaming's not dead. We still remember what gaming is and what games are supposed to be and what they do for people.
Mhm.
And we're going to do that.
Yep.
And we're going to create these games that are still doing that,
Yep.
no matter what's happening right now. And we've mentioned some amazing games, and there's plenty of other amazing games. They even have a wish list probably right now that I'm super excited for. That have massive teams, that have little small teams, medium teams, whatever. That have passionate people who want to make freaking awesome games that we're gonna enjoy, and I cannot wait. Because 2024 was supposed to be kind of like this lackluster year after
Mhm.
2023, but 2024 has had some absolute bangers,
Oh,
and they're
for
still
sure.
going to.
Oh, yeah.
The later half of the year has some amazing games coming out and
Mhm.
some phenomenal indie titles coming out, and I cannot wait.
Mhm.
But what's your like one if you're like right now, I want the game if it's coming out this year, I want it right now. Like one game that's coming out this year, I want to play it right now.
Crap, I don't know. I'm trying to think of all this stuff we talked.
That's a lot.
It's a
That's
lot.
coming out this year, not any 2025, 2026 announcements.
Let's see. If I was to choose one, just because because I love. I'll go with right now because it's just in my head and I am curious about it. Is the new Zelda game? Like I am
The
curious.
Legend of Link.
Yeah, Legend of Link. Yeah, Legend of Link.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
the Legend.
Oh
Of,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
I
I
think
figured.
it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be a
Yeah,
solid game. So
yeah, that one looks good.
what about you?
I'm torn, and it's our podcast. So I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do two.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say Black Myth Wukong
Hmm.
and Astrobot.
Okay. Yep. Good choices. Excellent choice.
Yeah, they're both very different games, so I can say both. But both are coming out soon. But both look awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is what video games. This is what next gen video gaming is.
Yeah.
Like this is what I expect an awesome video game to be,
Yep.
and I'm really hoping it delivers that. But
Yeah.
very excited for it. I'm so happy that kind of like a E3 pseudo replacement is here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is the amount of video game press conferences and releases and coverage and everything that have happened in June. It brought me back. Like that's all I did for a week was just watch that stuff, and
Mhm.
I love it. I can't wait for next year to do it again. It's one of my favorite things. I mean, we've talked about it before with E3, uh, where we used to watch every press conference.
Mhm.
Back in college, we'd order food, grill out, whatever, and then we'd watch every press conference, watch the coverage on G4, and just love it. And it brought me back to those days. So very, very excited about that. The future of gaming super bright, and we have a lot of games to play.
Oh,
Even after buying all those Steam sale games, there's a lot of new games coming out. So
yeah.
gotta get through some games, or just buy them and then hold on to them
Yeah,
forever.
buy 'em,
One of
hold
the
on to
two.
them forever, never play them, but you have them.
You have them just in case you need to play it that one day.
Yep.
But man, yeah, we talked a while about games, but there was a lot of games to talk about. So anything else we missed before we kind of close out everything?
I can't think of anything. If I think of something, I'll call you at 3 in the morning and let you know.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yep.
But awesome. Well, this has been a super fun episode. There's so many great games coming out. We're super excited to play all of them. I hope y'all are too. Definitely hit us up on Instagram as well. We'd love to hear some of your favorite games that you're looking forward to as well. So
Mhm.
definitely go check us out at Odd Gaming Media on Instagram.
Yep.
We'd love to hear from you. We'll definitely reply and chat to everyone that replies or DMs us. So
Yep.
definitely reach out, please. Other than that, I mean that's the podcast. So there's nothing else.
Nothing else.
And you know the drill, peace out and game on.
Mhm. Peace.